And what dates are this? Oh, it's 11/11. Welcome to your weekly collective love reading. Okay, hopefully there won't be any crying today. You guys were so sweet. I got so many comments and letters and things of many of you crying with me. So thank you. You guys are very, very sweet. Okay. So let me just feel into this. Where are the feminines at this week-ish? Can be before, after, you know, these things are timeless, as you know. Okay. A lot of you feel like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're kind of surrendered now. And you're making decisions for yourself. Just moving on. Just not moving on like necessarily forgetting your DM, but moving on in the sense that, you know, you have to take care of yourself. And your masculine most likely is, well, we'll feel into him in a minute, but as far as you're concerned, he's not making it obvious to you that he really even thinks about you or cares about you. So you are just kind of resigned. So that's better than last week. You know, along this journey, it can be so frustrating and so it can be so hard because the feminines are, you know, they're both just in love, just as much in love with each other. There's a major separation. Everybody goes through their insecurities and whatnot, but for the feminine, they're completely flying blind. They know nothing but the tiny little breadcrumbs that perhaps this person has shown them, but they really don't know anything. And it's quite frustrating for the feminines because they don't know what job to choose. They don't know which location to be in. They don't know. They don't know whether to invest in this or that because they don't know whether they are going to be needing to, you know, it's just there are so many decisions that you guys would make together that she or he, because the divine feminine could be a male as well. But it's very hard for the feminines because they kind of they either put their life on hold completely and they don't make any decisions because they're waiting to know further information on their masculines, or they're taking a leap of faith and just going ahead and going about their life and making the decisions they got to make, whether it will impact the masculines negatively or not, because they don't have a clue what's going on. So, and then what happens is they'll be looking at cards and they'll be feeling hopeful, they'll be feeling excited, and there's all this buildup. Maybe they'll come this weekend, you know, maybe this, maybe that, maybe, oh, it looks like he's going to call me, maybe. And then he doesn't, 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 and then he doesn't. And then there's buildup again. Oh, well, he didn't come this weekend. Maybe he's coming next weekend. It's like, and on it goes, right, girls? It's like, oh my gosh, it's an endless, I mean, forever. This can go on for years. And some of you have been going through this for like 20, 30 years. It's craziness. I'm hoping that you know, that these times are kind of forcing things for these guys. But the only thing one of the most frustrating things about this journey is that the only thing holding these guys back from their true love, and there's so many different factors, but ultimately the masculines just don't feel worthy. And so they keep sabotaging themselves and making decisions to keep themselves stuck, and they procrastinate. Also, the feminines, if the feminines are just sitting there twiddling their fingers and they're not doing work on themselves and healing, that's another thing holding this whole thing back. But what ultimately happens to the divine feminine when she gets all excited, let down, is that she finally just gives up like she has this week. You know, she just says, you know what, universe, just you know what I want. You know that I want just a happy life with somebody that I love tremendously, and just please bring it to me. And they learn to let go more all the time, and that surrendered state is the receptivity that is going to bring in the right person for you, the perfect person for you, whether it be your divine masculine or not, because they do have free will, and I always say that, but it's just true. And I know that many of you have just gone through major disappointments over this full moon. For those of you who've gone through that, your saving grace is the law of attraction, girls. Just the law of attraction. Just you got to learn to be happy despite your circumstances, as frustrating as that is. That, you know, for whatever reason, and I am here to tell you that the masculines who've rejected you are in either denial or they're just lying to you. And I've seen it. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen it, you guys. Like 1 minute, and I listen to you guys all the time on WhatsApp and Telegram and whatnot. You guys report back to me, and I'll hear, oh my gosh, my masculine said that, you know, he's going to stay in his marriage, and he's going to, you know, wait till his kids are teenagers and all this crazy stuff. And that he knows that it's a bad marriage, and that the kids are having to watch that nonsense and all of this, but that, it's their logic sometimes is like beyond me. I'm just like, what are they thinking? What are they, they're just running from themselves. But 2 days later, all of a sudden he's getting a divorce and he's coming for her. Or one day they say, no, you're only going to be my friend. And then like a week later, they're just like, please don't go date somebody else. I love you. And it's just like, really? Really? What does it take? So this week, though, feminines, it feels like what I'm seeing is the Empress. And it just feels like you guys are just, you're surrendered. You're surrendered, and you're trying to do your best in the most chaotic times ever. And trying to just keep your hopes up for a bright future. I feel like a lot of you doing, meditations to bring in the best possible timeline for you. I think that's great. Some of you are doing, you guys are taking care of yourselves is what it feels like, and sometimes it takes you being crushed pretty hard, or to go through some kind of major disappointment, or have gone through some major thing, and your masculine does nothing, to make you guys kind of snap out of it and wake up and say, I am the only one I can really rely on. I love me. I will always be there for me. I can't rely on anybody else, not him or anybody. So good. I'm telling you, the exercises I tell you guys to do all the time. Once you guys actually start listening to me and you start doing these exercises, I get so many incredible thank yous and reports back. So you guys, I'm trying to save you. I am trying to save you in every way, shape, and form. I am trying to spare you all of the pain and the ups and downs and all the craziness by keeping you with a level head and helping you retrain your brain from stressing out about it to just total surrender and breakthroughs. Okay. So what else about them? Some of you are making decisions on babies. Deciding what to do to have a baby because you need to, or something, like you're of the age where you got to get going on this. Just do you, what can they say? What can your masculine possibly say if you go do something, anything that would kind of screw them? They didn't have a say in anything. They didn't say a damn thing about their preference or about what they're, involving you in their lives or their decisions or any of it. So he or she cannot come back to you and say, what? You moved to Timbuktu? Yeah. Hello. There was zero response on your end. And it's like, You got to do what's best for you. And no, they cannot blame you for any decision that you make if they are not participating in your life yet. Now, when they start participating in your life, that's a different story, obviously. Okay. Those that are in union, I feel like I need to give a report on those in union as well. You guys, it feels to me like you're learning to not read into things and you're learning to go with the flow more. It just feels like this week is about flow, about ease, about gentleness, about cutting yourself and the other person even some slack and just being like, all right, whatever, just surrender. So it feels like you guys may have been triggered. Some of you in union have been triggered a little bit over the moon, maybe a lot bit. But everyone seems to be coming to a place of just being like, wow, if I just don't react and if I just kind of ride the wave, things usually pretty much work out. So that's a really good place to be in. It's always best to be a really good, hopefully non-biased listener. Okay. Let me just look at a few cards and see if there's anything Spirit wants to say to you guys. I'm seeing like the Queen of Pentacles just being like, I'm just cherishing my life. I'm just being grateful for everything I possibly can in my life, the way that it is, without changing a thing, just accepting and loving your life how it is. Well, still wanting to talk to her masculine, but, she can't do that by herself. So, yeah. So she's walking away from any toxicity, any bad behaviors, any bad thoughts, if her masculine was toxic and being kind of a player, some of the reports I'm getting are that the masculines are just being players. That's not going to cut it either. She's out of there. She's just like, you know what? If you're not going to step up, I'm going to go find something that's going to be fulfilling. And some of you are in a little bit of shock over a little bit of shock over what's happened over here. He let his insecurities push you away, and you're just kind of maybe a little stunned. So, but the universe is saying you've got a bright future. You have an offer coming in, and you're going to be celebrating over whatever this offer is, and you're going to feel victorious somehow. So either your masculine shows up or someone else does. Somebody who's in his emperor power, who knows how to defeat his overthinking and his self-sabotage and his his mental obstacles, I guess, his mental conflict. And you are, feminines, going to find your dreams come true. Now, this is a card about long-term happiness, like being in a family and having everything you've ever wanted, whatever that is, can be different for everybody, but it's like your wish is coming true, your dreams coming true. So I would say hang in there, but you're even in a better place than that. Flourish, thrive, grow, and see what or who comes in, and I am feeling pressure from the masculines being like, yeah, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. There's like, all kinds of things that I'm kind of getting ready, and I'm kind of like mentally getting ready, physically getting ready. Like I feel like the masculines are doing a lot behind the scenes to try to get ready for this connection. So some of them are kind of arguing with me, kind of mad. And they're just like, you don't see all that I'm doing, or I'm trying to protect her from this thing that's going on right now, or whatever. Okay. And, the truth of the matter is, even if I were to tell the masculines, okay, well, but try to keep your person in the loop or something, like try to let them, I know all of you are agreeing with me right now. Like, could you please just let me know where you're at? And I am fine waiting. Like, I will wait for however long as you tell me that, you're committed to this, you want this too, and you just have things to resolve and things to take care of, right? But as much as you guys want that, it ain't going to happen. So may as well just surrender and give up on that idea, because they don't do it. They won't do it. And it's because, number one, they're stubborn. And number two, they could be very insecure. So they don't want to, they don't, and they want to, come perfect. They want to come renewed. How many of you also have gone through the experience of, like, you knew your masculine back when, and he was really immature or wasn't into spirituality or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden he shows up and he's like a totally different person you don't recognize. And he's like ready to have a family, ready to get married, ready to move in, all that stuff, like overnight, or seemingly overnight. Actually, it took forever. But like, you were just kind of shocked in a good way, like, holy cow, like I get those letters too. Like, I can't even believe that this is the same person. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to impress you. I mean, they're trying to change their life around for the better, and then welcome you in, and then say, oh, right, how would you like to go on a date or whatever. But because we're in these trying times, it's the same pattern is still there, unfortunately, even though all this stuff's going down around us that's incredibly highly stressful. So let's fill into the masculines and their response to me on this. I feel the heart beating hard, like just feeling a lot of the masculines know that you're kind of waiting on them, or just kind of like, but they also, I just get unworthiness again. It's like, oh my gosh, these, and so many of you, when I talk to you, are like, yeah, but God, I feel like unworthy of him. How is this, like, can we just shake him and just be like, snap out of it, get some worth, get some self-worth? But they got to do it themselves, you guys. They have to do it themselves. And you're a whole different caliber of person for them. You're, yeah, they don't want to be the player with you. They want you by their side. You're their queen. You're the one that they could actually rule their kingdom with. So they take it quite seriously, and it's not just, you guys, it's not just what you hear about or what you experienced years ago, where you get together, go on dates, get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. Then eventually you get engaged, and then eventually you get married. That's not what true love does usually, unless it's like a soulmate. Soulmates can. If you guys want to know the difference, watch my video of the different types of true love. But with this kind of love, they mature each other. The feminines also have to get over their insecurities and things in order to be with him. So, okay, what else, masculines? A lot of them already have like a plan. A lot of them already know what they're going to do. They're just waiting for the right time to do it. And they want to surprise you. I know that, it's like, I don't care about being surprised. Just get your butt over here. But a lot of them do plan to take action soon. I feel like the next couple of weeks, like, I really do feel like these current circumstances in our world are really making them take a good look. And 2020 is all about like seeing things for real, like seeing things how they really are. 2020 vision, seeing things clearly. So a lot of secrets are also coming out. And I think that that's a relief. It's going to be a relief to so many people who've been living a lie, or who've been living a double life, or who've been living, doing things that they're just not so happy about, because, a lot of masculines have been people pleasers big time. So they're learning to break out of that mold and not care what anybody thinks anymore, and not let other people control him. And not care about, other people's opinions or gossip that it would create, or like some of you even have, like, the circumstances. There's so many different crazy circumstances. But it's a test for everyone. It's a test. And as I said last week, it's not for the faint of heart. You guys can always settle for a soulmate. And sometimes some of you have some soul flames coming through as options as well. But just keep doing the law of attraction, you guys. Just keep doing the law of attraction. Masculines, advice for you, maybe just thank you, God, for my misery is about the most basic and the most effective tool I can think of. You can meditate and stuff like that, or you can do whatever tools that you feel. But it's important to be doing the tools so that you can be having the epiphanies that move you through to taking action and to feeling worthy and to break through of old, a lot of things that you don't even realize are conditioning from past lives or conditioning from when you were little, something you were told, something you chose to believe about love. So it's time to break out of all of that and embrace what is truly going to make you happy. You know what's going to make you happy is your feminine. So act accordingly and listen to your instincts and go when the universe says go. And I feel like some of you just said, yeah, but I don't know how to really even be myself because I'm used to playing games or pretending or saying this or that. And it's just like, how do the masculines get over that fear of just being themselves? Because they were trying to be themselves with karmics sometimes, and that didn't go over very well. Well, for one, masculines listening, your karmics weren't for you. They weren't your true love. This is a different caliber. These are the feminines. Many of you who are watching my channel have been working on yourselves and healing for yourselves for a long time. So we're not, you're going to be triggered. You're going to get in your fights. You're going to be normal people. But this person will stick by your side no matter what. This person is just, neither of you are using each other for anything. It's like, okay, I just got triggered. How do we heal it together? And you guys work as a team. So it's going to be a whole different dynamic in many ways. Some of you in union, I feel, are like, yes, so true. And it can even get tough doing all the healing together as much as, that is. But just experiment with it. See what it is to just say your truth, just to speak your truth. That's all you really can do. And, the liberating thing about telling your truth is that anybody can say anything about you and you don't really care because you already put it out there anyway. Ooh, you have that secret on me that's really not a secret because I would tell everybody, So nobody can really call you out because there's nothing that you're hiding, and that's a really good feeling. It's a good space to live from. If you guys can get that way or think that way, then man, and that's the world we're coming into. This new earth is not going to tolerate anybody hiding anything or living a double life or, it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that way in the new earth. Everyone's going to be able to read each other's minds and everyone's going to be like, I don't know, it just won't feel right or won't sit right if you don't do the right thing. And you're going to listen to that. You're going to live by that. If something doesn't feel right, you're going to have nothing to do with it. Instead of giving in and feeling really bad and then having to recover from it and all that other garbage. You guys are actually going to live by your instincts and listen to those. And the masculines, I just heard some of the masculines say, I am learning more to listen to my intuition. So that's awesome. Some of them are actually like playing music or something to try to de-stress, and they're like running and hiking and they're doing like activities. So that's awesome. Some of them have been having some insights about you and feeling like, okay, more grounded and more solid to come forward. So just continue to be patient. And masculines, just heal those wounds. Heal those wounds and get to her as soon as you possibly can, or just have hang on a minute. There's something coming through about feeling ready. It's kind of like you're never really going to feel like you're perfect and ready that way. It's not about perfection. It's about, can I just go speak my truth and get on the same page with her? And then we can decide from there. You know, it doesn't, even if you've said, you know, you want to marry your person or whatever, it doesn't mean you're going to have to do that. Your feminine is not holding you to anything like that. She is not going to be, okay, you know, like expecting a lot. She's just so happy to have you there. And I talk to these guys all the time, you guys all the time, that you guys are like, you go on a date and you'll be thinking, oh my gosh, you'll be thinking all excited and, oh, it's going to start. And then you're coming home and you're just like, okay, well, he just kept it really superficial and he kept it like really, you know, it's almost like we were friends or, you know, kind of disappointed. But even the masculines that are kind of coming back and forth like that are getting ready. They're getting ready. I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. So, all right, so let's get some cards on the masculines. What does Spirit want to say about or to the masculines right now? I just saw heart's desire, like you are their heart's They're saying, don't worry, get married. Go away from any drama, go away from any negativity, go away from overthinking everything and get the two of you safe. Get her in a boat, take her somewhere safe and get married or committed to each other. There's that Queen of Pentacles. He's trying to come meet your energy of being like receptive and strong and grounded, mature, just open, just I'm open for anything kind of thing. He's feeling giddy and romantic and wanting to start an adventure, even though he really doesn't know what he's doing in many ways. It's not like you go into this as a total pro. This is new. True love is new. It's not something you've even experienced before. But it's not about you being a pro. It's just you sharing your heart. And he does love you. And he puts you up on a pedestal and watches you from afar. And it's kind of like you're some kind of fantasy. So, but I just saw like a fantasy bubble pop, like being able to finally just see that you're just as messed up and real as he is. That's the realization they need to come to. So he's definitely wanting that new beginning. He's wanting to take a risk and go on an adventure. So he's just trying to overcome his own mental conflict and all of that. And he's planning on talking to you and creating justice in the situation. So now when he'll do it is a whole other thing. So that's why it's important to surrender, just like you're doing, and to just let it go, consider other options, and to just, yeah. You guys know the routine. Spirit, okay, everybody needs to value their own self-worth. Everyone needs to know that they are worthy of this love, okay? Feminines, masculines, everybody watching this video, value your self-worth. If you could just get out of your flipping head, if you could just have amnesia and meet up with this person, you would just be like a couple of little kids and you'd be like, ooh, I really like you. What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's go play. Okay. Nobody would be like, I'm unworthy. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do with this kind of love. The only thing that really stands between you guys being together is somebody's thinking. Quit thinking. If you couldn't think anymore, you'd already be there, right? The only thing that can ever get in your way from anything that you want in life is what you're thinking of it. If you just change the way you're thinking of it, if you look at it in a different light, choose to believe or think something different, all of a sudden you're free. That's why you do Byron Katie. That's why you do Thank You, God, for My Misery. That's why you do the healing. That's why you do it. Because otherwise you just stay stuck and you stay miserable and you stay a victim and you beat yourself up and you avoid conflict and you avoid all this other stuff that, if you just couldn't think, you'd be there already across the finish line and enjoying each other. I can't tell you how many times I've heard the masculines say to me, I am so mad that it took me so damn long because it was so much better than I could have ever hoped or thought. The universe supports these connections. The universe makes things go like even amongst the chaos and stuff that's kind of necessary sometimes. It's like even that is by design, and even that goes better than expected in the end. And you guys like attract abundance and you attract support from every corner of the universe when you guys choose to be brave enough to embrace this kind of love. So go for it. Oh, bottom of the deck is marriage. So, and then the King of Pentacles, that's the husband card. The guy who's got the Midas touch, who believes he's got the Midas touch, and anything that he touches turns to gold. Grounded, mature. So you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave enough to do it. And you got to stop people pleasing. Get away from anything having to do with anybody and their opinion to, against your connection. That's it. Do what you want. Do what you want. Do what your heart calls you to do. That's it. And feminines, if you feel like reaching out to your masculine, reach out to your masculine. If your intuition is like beep, 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 let them know the door's open, because sometimes they are so convinced that they don't deserve you that it's almost like they're waiting to hear that you started dating someone else till they snap out of the victim mentality. So sometimes they need to hear from you. Sometimes they need to know that you're still thinking about them and that you, hi kind of thing. So if you feel like doing that, do it. But most of you that I talk to are totally, absolutely fed up. It's like I've sent him a million messages and nothing's happening. So, so it's going to depend on your situation. So if you need me, go to amysatori.com/services and you can take a look at all the different things I offer. You just buy time slots basically. And when it comes to the remote readings. So it's either 20 minutes or 45 minutes, and I can help you with everything. I can teach you how to be more intuitive yourself. I can teach you how to do a divine guidance council meeting. We can talk about your connection. We can talk about Byron Katie's work, or anything, any of my healing stuff, anything that I do on my lives or anywhere. I can do all of it within the 20 minutes. I can talk to your animals. I can do all that. I can be a dog trainer, positive reinforcement animal trainer. I can give you advice on how to approach certain topics that are difficult to deal with members of your family. You name it, I can give you guidance on it. So, all right, you guys, have a great week. It feels a lot better this week. You guys feel like you're taking good care of yourselves. Your masculines are getting over themselves. They're learning how to not be in a victim mentality anymore. They're taking their power back. I just saw the Emperor. We had the Empress for you, and then I just saw the Emperor for him. So he's getting there. And those of you who had your masculine slam the door in your face this weekend, don't even sweat it. Don't even worry about it. If the cards have been saying he's coming at you, he's coming at you. So don't you believe for a minute that he's telling you the truth with his mouth. You believe those cards. You watch it. Just watch it, okay? Because I have seen time and time again. I've proven it to you guys. Days or weeks later, here he comes, and you guys are shocked because he just said something completely to the contrary. So, all right, have a good one. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and share them with your friends. Also, feel free to join me at patreon.com/Amy Satori, where I post monthly energy readings, pick a decks, and other goodies for members only, including discounts for readings and being entered to win a free reading at the end of the year. Memberships start as low as $5.55 a month. Sometimes I even put my free collective love readings on Patreon first before uploading them here to YouTube. You can check the description of my videos for the most up-to-date information.